everyone, I'm Leslie. Welcome to my channel. Today is just a quick little video on this vintage chair I picked up at Goodwill. It was missing the spindle across the bottom and it was nowhere to be found. It wasn't with the chair, and I knew this chair would probably end up in garbage because it just wasn't stable. So I took it home and pulled it apart, and I'm going to make architectural spindles with these, and these can be painted any color. There's so many things you can do with these. Because these are going to be architectural spindles just for decor use, I want them to have a chippy old look. I'm using Sweet Pickens in the color Flour Sack. It is a milk paint. You mix 1 part powder to 1 part water. As you can see, I took 3 of the spindles and I gave them a good sanding. If you don't sand these and get that varnish off of them, the milk paint will not stick. Now, other paints like DIY clay-based paint would probably stick to it without sanding. But if you put milk paint on top of that shiny varnished leg, it's going to just chip off. And towards the end of this video, I show you exactly how that works. And with that large spindle with the hole in it, I do milk paint it without sanding, and you'll see the results. And I also show you what to do with that hole and how to cover it up. So first thing I'm going to do, I let my milk paint sit for about 10 minutes. The first coat I'm going to put on very thick, very kind of runny, glob it on there. I want it to look like just years of paint. After I get the first coat on there, I'm going to take my heat gun and it will help force the crackle. All right, once I had the first coat dry, now I'm going to start on the second coat, and I really put it on there real thick. And once again, I will use my heat gun to force it dry and force the crackle. You'll be able to see it as I'm drying it. And you don't have to use the heat gun. I'm doing it for the purpose of the video. You can just set it there and let it dry on its own. Of course, on here, I want to add that you can cut these down to any size you want. Make different size spindles for whatever purpose you want. This little chair made quite a few spindles that otherwise would have probably ended up in the trash. You can see the crackling start to form as I dry. I'm going to get the second coat on all 3 and dry each one. Now that all 3 spindles are dry, I'm going to take my Waverly antiquing wax and I'm going to give each one a good coat. You can wipe back with a paper towel, and if it's too dark, you can take a wet wipe and wipe back as much as you want. It gets all down into the cracks and crevices of these spindles and just really brings out that chippiness. I just absolutely love the results you get with milk paint. The chippiness is just beautiful. It makes those spindles look like they have years and years of paint. Now this is the example I wanted to show, the spindle that I did not sand. It has that varnish finish on it, and as you can see, the milk paint just does not stick. It comes completely off, except for a few areas. Now, you could probably use any other kind of paint, but milk paint, you have to sand these. Now, as far as that hole goes, if you can either just cut it out, or what I do if I want to use that part, I fill about 3/4 of the way with hot glue, and I let that cool. Then I'm going to finish filling it with my air dry paper clay, and you want to build it up over the hole about 1/8 of an inch, because as the glue dries and the paper clay dries, it's going to shrink up just a little bit. Now, if it shrinks too much, you can always add a little bit more. I would apply this, and then I would let this sit overnight. And the next day, if you need to add more, add a little more. Then you can sand it down smooth and paint. These are a perfect addition to anyone's shabby chic French country decor. These are adorable in your booth. Put them in a basket. So next time you see an old chair or something like that that's not sturdy anymore, look past that and what is the opportunity you can do with it. It still has life. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help my channel grow. Thank you everyone for being here.